Hi everybody. Well, we're still on step number 16, but now we're time to come to the router and make our grooves for our dados and our dividers to fit into the box. Last video that you watched, you should have been able to measure out where our grooves need to go. Now we're going to use the router. One thing we want to do when we come to the router is make sure that the height of the blade, the router bit I should say, is at the proper height. When we made our grooves for the outside pieces, we wanted those set at 1/4 of an inch. Now for our divider pieces, we want to have them set at 3/16. So we just simply take our little gray box that's underneath the router, pull out our height gauge for 3/16. Slide this across the top to make sure that it fits. If it does not fit, you need to go back and re-watch the setup of the router video, or you can ask a teacher. But you want to make sure it's set for 3/16 of an inch. So I have everything set up. We're good to go. Make sure I clear off my table. Put everything down below. The only thing that you want on the router table is the piece you're going to router and your push block. Okay? So now what I need to do is I have my lines marked for where I'm going to make my groove. Remember, when you mark these, you mark on the opposite side of your piece. So I have my mark right here. I want my groove to be on the bottom. If you don't have them like that, it's not going to fit together. So I just simply take my router, line up my line, just like I did with my outside pieces. The only difference is the height of our bit. Take my push block and make sure that the hair is tied back. Safety glasses are on. Turn it on. Turn it off. Wait for it to come to a complete stop before you make any adjustments. Bring it back. So now I have my groove in for my divider. Now I also have another mark that I have, and I need to make my groove for this one. Now it's going to look real silly because one groove is facing up, and then I want the other one on the opposite side. So you just simply take and again line it up where you need to have it. Make sure before you even turn on the router that you have it going the groove on the proper side. Remember, your mark should be upward, okay, and your groove means it's going to be on the opposite side of your mark. So I have this on here. There's a lot of people who make the mistake and they have their grooves on the same side and they didn't want them to. So now I turn this on. And there, I have my pieces routed. Now, you want to double check with your box that your pieces fit in. Check that your other dividers fit in. And if they do, then you can go to the next step, which is the 3-step sanding process. Any questions? Make sure you ask the teacher.